For you, the value is actually money. Okay, the value is the kind of feedback that you get, right? The value is the kind of changes, the innovations that you are doing, right? Now, in order to add these values to your business, that is to get relevant feedbacks, to get loyal customers, to get good quality products, like improvisation on quality or innovation in the service or product industry wherever you belong to. If you are trying to do all of these things, the only thing that you need is effort, time, energy, in terms of people, in terms of resources, okay, whether it be financial resources or whether it be your knowledge resource. So this actually is the equation that will help you to get the right kind of customers. So the only thing that you need to understand is, at one level you have effort. Okay, at one scale you have your effort, which includes your time, your energy, your resources, and on the other scale you have what should I say, you have value. So I'll be doing some quick rough work here. Okay, let's say this is our effort scale and this is our value scale. Okay, now this is a diagram that you can draw for yourself and keep it somewhere in your workbooks, right, or your notepads, wherever you would like to draw. Now, as हम लोगों ने वो basic maths पढ़ा है, right? Okay, we all understand what is high and what is low in the vertical scale, the y-axis, and what is high and low in the x-axis, right? Okay, so as we move this side, on the right-hand side, it's all positive. We go on the left-hand side, it's negative, right? Okay, so if we consider this zone of ours is going to be high effort and high value. Okay, that means for whatever efforts you put with these kind of people, you will get high value out of it. Okay, so these can be the value in terms of money, value in terms of some external help. Okay, so when it does happen sometimes that some of your customers become so much good, and they value your services so much that they might offer you something, okay, in terms of money, in terms of maybe some kind of resources that they can help into, in terms of investment into your company. So anything can happen, right? So your high effort can give you a high value in business. Okay, now another use case of your efforts and value is where you say that you do low effort but you get high value. Okay, so this is the zone where you do low effort and you get some high value. Okay, here it is low effort and low value, which means you are giving low efforts and you are getting low value. And you can write here high effort but you get low value. Okay, now the only thing that I want you to think is what kind of people. Okay, we are doing this effort and value game with respect to customers, in your business, right? So what you need to think, you have to think that what could be my kind of people who can fit into these zones, these four categories that we have kept. Okay, so what are these four categories? Number one, high effort, high value. That means if I'm giving high effort, they should give me high value out of it. Okay, low effort, high value, I'm not putting in so much effort, but still they are giving me high value. Okay, and low effort, low value means okay, I'm not giving any effort, least effort, and I'm getting the least value out of it, right? Okay, and high effort, low value. High effort, low value is your people where you put in a lot of effort, but you don't get the value. Okay, so what do you think is the kind of danger zone for your business? Any kind of danger zone out of these four zones, which is the danger zone for your business? Danger zone.
Low effort, low value.
No. Okay, so the problem is this is your danger zone.
High effort, low value. Yeah.
Why this is our danger zone?
In spite we put high efforts, I mean, we are getting only low value. So there is some problem with that to understand where we
Yeah,
go wrong.
there's some problem with the customer segment.
Yeah.
Okay, these kind of customers don't need to be served. You don't need to run behind these kind of customers. Okay. So we identify these customers as deadly customers. Okay. जबरदस्ती गले आके पड़ गए हैं. So in my journey, I have met people who are like, madam, कुछ भी करके करा दो. Right? Okay. I have met people who come in and say, I am ready to offer you whatever. Okay. But ultimately, I want this much percent growth in my business.
Mm.
Is that really possible? Even if I put high efforts, okay, you are just throwing money at me.
Correct.
You are not ready to sit in the office also. You are like, I am in Delhi. You manage my Bombay office. I'm not your employee to manage your Bombay office. Right? So when you get these kind of customers who will take so much effort from you, but they don't give you any kind of value in return. In return, he or she will definitely call me her or his employee only. कि अरे मेरा एम्प्लॉय आता है उधर. Right? Which I don't want. That's not something that aligns with my brand.
Correct.
If I had to become an employee, फिर मैं corporate job कर रही होती. So there are people who will be like पीछे पड़ जाएंगे आपके. Right? There are also people who will take a lot of value from you, but they will not give value to you. For example, government institutions. Okay. Now, for many B2B businesses, I know they have success stories from government institutions, but B2C businesses or even low scale B2B businesses should not ideally go and uh, go along with customers which are in these segments,
Mm.
especially government, okay, corporations, right? Uh, what should I say? Non profits, right? Serving them in terms of charity is good. If you want to go and do charity once in a year, forget about it, right? For example, if we as trainers and coaches go to schools or go to colleges, universities, right? Everyone expects, such and such coach is coming. Wow, nice. They'll be giving a lecture. Oh, everyone comes and sits and everything happens. But are we getting any value out of it? First of all, those students are not going to convert into our customers. They'll take a long time of conversion. Why? They are not the deciding people. Their parents are running their lives. So they are not the deciding authorities that they'll come and take my course. Secondly, I am from an entrepreneurship background. Not many people think about it. Even if people think about it, they are crazy at a student level. They're not thinking about it seriously. After 6 months, they'll bunk and they'll say, "Oh, ma'am, मैं bore हो गया. I'm not doing it." Right? I have got these cases by the way.
Oh,
Okay. Earlier, I used to do it. Earlier, I used to go in a lot of colleges and schools, and we used to give a lot of lectures, thinking that it's okay. But then I realized it's good only if you want to be in practice to attend crowds. And sometimes you feel that, oh, I'm not enjoying these kinds of crowds. Then later I started realizing मुझे वहां के crowd में भी मजा नहीं आ रहा है. So then I stopped going at all. I said, forget about it. If something comes out of the blue moon, something good opportunity comes, then we'll see. But normally, I'm not now approaching to these people, right? So these are the customers that you don't need to approach. You don't need to approach these kind of customers. Institutions, corporates, non-profit organizations. If they approach you, you have your own TNC set up. If they approach you, you have your own TNC setup, right? So these are
what is
customers
the
that
team?
we don't want to advertise about. Like we don't want to say we are working for NGOs to help them increase their profits. I can't say that. I don't want to advertise and market myself this way, right? Sorry, Arun, you were asking something.
No, you said some T and what is it full form?
Terms and conditions.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you need to put in some terms and conditions. If they come to you, then the ball is in your court, no?
Correct.
Right. So you have full flexibility to hit a goal.
Mm.
So you say these are my TNCs, these are my terms and conditions. I'll come to you. This is my this thing of one lecture, the payout. At least I should feel satisfied of coming and like motivated about coming and giving lectures to these people. So if you feel that you can go for it, okay, come forward. right? So always with these kind of customers, deadly customers, you need to keep in mind that you are not running behind them. So your marketing activities, your ad activities are not meant for these people. They are not meant for deadly customers. Got that? Okay. Now let's come to low effort and low value customers. The second category of people. Okay. The low effort and low value. These kind of customers, I call them the building blocks. ठीक है? Lowest effort. एक फेसबुक का एड डालो, एक फ्री लीड मैग्नेट, and leads are coming in. Lowest effort. The
Okay.
lowest effort that you can put in. But the problem is you get low value.
Mm,
Most of the people are coming for the free bait. So out of that, only 10% will become your customers. That's the turnaround ratio in any industry today.
mm,
5, 8, 10%. That's it. Right? Okay. So low effort but low value. Having a simple funnel that allows you to get leads into your system, but that doesn't mean they will add a lot of value. They will need a lot of nurturing. Okay. So if you categorize these kind of customers, you can say they need a lot of nurturing. Like we are doing it in our WhatsApp group. Have you seen that?
yeah.
Right? This low effort, low value game. Low value. Whosoever, you will see a lot of people, the kind of questions that they put, right? The kind of interactions these guys are doing. Okay. Not adding any value to themselves, not adding any value to ourselves also. Right? But we are doing it for a reason. I'll tell you why we need these people. Okay. So we need these people for a lot of nurturing. Why? If they themselves are not doing it, at some point, they may go from the low effort, low value to low effort, high value kind of a game.
Mm,
Sorry, high effort, high value kind of a game. Right? Where they would want me to put efforts for them and they will then give the value also. But then that conversion from this section to this section takes time.
mm,
So the conversion takes time here. But we need these kind of customers, right? But these kind of customer base, you should not call these as customers actually. You can call them leads,
prospects.
prospects. Okay, you can't call them customers. Okay, right? Why? Because they're actually not your customers. They're hardly adding any value, hardly adding any value. Right? For example, if suppose I put up a course tomorrow, online course, we are preparing some online courses currently, and if we were just talking to our team like last week only that what should be the prices of the courses we are ready to release and stuff. We are going to release them in April. So what should be the prices of these courses? And someone from my team said, "Ma'am, 99 is working very hard in the market. You should go in for 99." I said, if I put 99, I know what will happen. Right? These people will buy definitely. Out of that, 80% will not complete the course. Only 20% people will complete the course. And out of those 20 people, also, the next opportunity that only 1% of the people will take the next opportunity.
Mm,
So, very low value game. Very low value. Right? Okay. So, this kind is necessary, but you should not run after these. You should create a process and leave them. Just create a process around them and leave them. That's it. Okay, so we'll be teaching you how to build blocks for your business. Okay, when we move ahead with the implementations, we'll be teaching you how to do this. Once we come on the marketing side, then we'll be teaching you this. Right now, let's come to the third one. That are your high effort and high value customers. Normally, we call these customers as we call them as occasional patrons. Okay, occasional patrons. What are occasional patrons? Occasional patrons means they might come in, they might buy, right? But since these guys are coming occasionally, you need to give in a lot of effort to these guys,
mm,
right? For example, your mid category product segment, okay? Your mid category product segment, mid pricing level, or mid product value product that you try to give normally lies in this segment. These are your occasional patterns. If you are having a product, they might look at the ad and they might buy it, right? Lots of effort to run that ad to actually make that buying decision for them,
mm,
right? So high effort and high value. Why? Because ultimately they are buying. So conversion is happening.
mm,
Conversion ho raha hai, right? Now that pricing point depends that what should be your pricing point here. What should be your pricing point here?
oh,
Right? Okay. So now here, there's a lot of effort that will go on. Your teams will be after these people, right? Your processes will be designed after these people,
mm,
and your sales will happen around these people. Your sales will happen around these people. Kaise? You want these people to buy your products. These people are already in a buying condition, by the way. This
mm,
is the segment of customers who are already qualifiers for your business. For example, for me, if I explain you through my example, the level one that we are currently running, business transformation challenge, right?
mm,
This is our high effort, high value game. I have to sit down every week. I have to make curriculums. I have to ensure everyone is doing what they are supposed to do. I have
mm.
to ensure the results. And then the value that I'll get out of this will be the success stories. So
Okay.
it's a high effort, high value game for me. Okay. And I am not sure why we call them occasional, because out of the 100 people that are buying are this kind of product, this category of product, out of the 100 people who are buying, there's a good chance that 40% will back off.
Mm,
That means
mm,
they won't buy again. Okay. If I'm talking about service, they might not continue with the service. Okay, there's a huge chance 40% of people might back out. Okay? They feel that हाँ हो गया बस इतना ही करना था. Okay, like for example, if there's a new product company, if there is a new what should I say, if there is a new moisturizer in the market, right? What we go, looking nice, aloe vera gel, I should try. It's summers, chalo, let's buy it, right? I bought that, and then one time एक बार मैं शौक पूरा हो गया, हाँ नहीं नहीं, my older one was better, left and went. Unless and until the business does the efforts in the right manner, there's a huge chance that people from this category will actually leave you even after buying. That is why we call it a high effort game. You need consistent sales. You want them to buy again and again, right? You want them to come from one funnel to another. If you are doing a service kind of thing, कि आपने एक service ले लिया, now take our next service, take our next service, take our next service. So you need efforts, but then it becomes a recurring game, and the kind of value that it adds just because of this compounding effect, one purchase after the other, after the other, after the other, because of this compounding effect, the value that gets generated out of these people is good enough. So even if you lose 40% of people, the rest 60% will take care of your brand. Okay. So whenever you are designing a product, you're designing a service, you need to keep these people in mind.
mm,
How, who are these people that we'll discuss now, jab abhi when we are going to make personas. So we are going to make four personas for all these four category of people. Today we are going to make four personas, right? So that it's very clear who is deadly for me.
mm,
I don't want to go there. My team should handle it. Only if it closes, bring it to me.
mm,
For example, with us, we have that we create online systems. Okay, in my other company, as I told you earlier, and there for us, the deadly customers are schools or the institutions that are running on trustees,
mm,
right? On why? Because the decision making process is so slow कि तब तक हमारा system ही change हो जाएगा. So till the time we close that one deal, it's like we can complete three more projects. Our project completion time is 45 days for one project
mm,
if it's not high tech. So 45 days for one project. That's how much it takes. Imagine 6 months I am just waiting for one university to get close the deal. Why?
Mm,
Because today this trustee is not in town. This person is not there. You will need another presentation. Oh, this trustee had a problem. And then ultimately you come to know they don't have budgets.
mm,
So deadly customers. So I never focus on these people. If they come to us, if by chance through any reference, any other ways they come to us, there is a process that okay, we'll be giving you a demo and all of these things will be happening, to which my team communicates, I don't interfere there. And then once all of that is done, then we just tell them that this is our whole thing. We complete the project in 45 days, and for that we need quick decision makers. Does your board has quick decision makers?
mm.
That is how we deal with these kind of customers. I'm so sorry for schools, but that's how sometimes you have to deal with these customers,
Got it, got it.
right? So it's not about being emotional. Then if you want, if we have to do it in charity, we'll say, हाँ ठीक है एक project हम charity में कर देंगे, कोई बात नहीं. We'll just take our head on cost, like we'll not take the profits. So these are the kind of people that teams should handle. Danger zone. Teams should handle. Okay. Your building blocks. Create an automated process and leave them. Just nurturing. Your thought process should be in nurturing them. Okay. Occasional patterns. You need to put strategies in place, systems in place. You need to remind them. Do a lot of activities with them. You have to do everything around these people.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
Now, from these people, fortunately, if you are serving good and if your efforts go in the right direction, you get people in this category called as loyal customers. Okay. Who work wonders for your brand. They are already buying your products, already buying your services. One is over, the second one is ready. Right. So I have some consultings with the company. They are like directly they do 12 months, 22 months ka agreement. Sorted for 22 months.
Mhm.
Right? After that, once the agreement is going to finish, one of our team members, they shoot a reminder, sir, our agreement is going to finish. And what should we do? These are the few more things that we would like to add. If you would like to take these more services, or if you would like to modify our current services, etc., we get that done. We have 2 meetings with the client. The client does 2 meetings with us. They try to understand what we try to understand what they need. They understand what we can offer, and we close a new deal with them. Recurring customers, loyal customers. Even if they take a break for 3 months, they are like, yeah, 3 months we are not doing anything. Come back to us after 3 months. We are like, okay. After second month, during the third month, we again pitch them. We're like, sir, we had this thing for you. Oh, yeah, this process has stopped. We just saw that came to our notice. Let's join hands again and do this thing. Sort out another agreement with them. The loyal customers, low effort, high value. You don't have to prove yourself. They already know you. Long-term customers, 2, 2, 3 years. I have one consultant from Dubai, client from Dubai. He actually is from us from last 4 years, I guess, 3.5 years. Fourth abhi complete ho jayega.
Oh,
3.5 years. 3 times the MOU is revised.
oh,
Costing be revised, services be revised, everything. Right? So this is kind of a loyal customer for us. We are very happy. They are also happy. दे ऑल्सो नो देर इज अ डेडिकेटेड पर्सन जिसको हमें ये नहीं जाके समझाना होता है कि हमारी कंपनी करती क्या है बिकॉज द सेगमेंट इज वेरी डिफरेंट. So first, when we worked with them for the first time, the first 3 months it took for us to understand what their business is about. And
mm,
that time even we were very fresh, to be very frank. But still they believed in us. So the point is people believe in you, they see your effort. So that time for us, they were our occasional patrons. They were our occasional patrons for the first 6, 8 months, where we had to literally give in a lot of effort. Every other day, we used to sit meeting with that client, with the people from their office, so that we understand what's happening in their business, so that we can give them the right solutions. Once that is fixed, after that, it became a cherry on the cake.
mm.
So these kind of loyal customers come from here. Fortunately, 10, 15, if on a healthy note, if you are able to bring down 20% of customers from the upper wala level to the niche wala level, where you don't have to put in a lot of effort, Now I don't sit for consulting there for a long hours with that client. My
mm,
team handles every other thing that is required, the functionalities. Me and that business owner, we only meet once a month.
mm.
That's it. We are sorted. No tension at all. Huh, but I take updates from team weekly on what has been happening. Or he has something, he puts it up on WhatsApp that this is something new that we are coming up. So it becomes easy for us. Now, the tuning is matched. So these are the kind of loyal customers in your business, right? So right now, what we are going to do is number one, first take this screen with you so
Yeah.
that you know that these are the four kind of different categories of customers that I have to work on. So these are the four kind of customers that we need. Okay. I want you to take a screenshot of this so that you remember what is being uh, talked about here. So now, based on these four categories of customers, okay, that those are your deadly, your building blocks, your occasional patrons, and your loyal customers or your loyal champions. We are going to draft. We are going to draft our customer personas. Okay. So what are customer personas? Customer personas are nothing but it's kind of a profile of customers, right? It's kind of a profile. How that profile will help you is very simple. Whenever you are introducing a new team member, okay, I believe there are some aesthetics that should go to that team member,
Mm,
okay, and this is what corporates don't do. This is what corporates don't do, right? Okay, corporates, whenever you go to a corporate and if you are a new hire there, I myself was an HR in a corporate, and I feel so sorry of what we used to do with those people, because normally what we do is like, a new member is there, you will give the station, you will give whatever is required in terms of tech handlings, and you give them the policies, right? HR policy and this and that and onboarding and everything starts happening, but no one tells them the essence of the company.
mm,
No one tells them who the customers are and whom are they serving.
mm, mm,
Sometimes, big corporates, they feel that only salesperson should know our customers. But
mm,
this is
mm,
not the right way. Very few businesses do this. Very few businesses.
mm,
My husband works in a pharma company, and few days back, they completed 50 years. It's a good pharma company.
mm,
Few days back, they had kept a program where they actually bought their research team in, and whole office whole office, okay, the whole central office was actually sitting, and they had a training for them to understand how they do the research behind the medicines,
mm,
right? What is it that takes them to take that medicine to the market? They literally took a full day out of their schedules, full day, from the lowest paying employee to the highest paying employee was sitting in that training.
oh,
Now, not many companies do this.
correct.
Sometimes what is happening in sales, IT doesn't knows what's happening in IT, HR doesn't knows, and there is a mix and match.
Correct.
The only people who know is CFO, CTO, CMO, etc., etc.
Mm,
Right? But that's not the right process. You should actually, so whenever you are hiring as an entrepreneur, you are very small business, right? And in the initial years, it will happen that people will come and will go. Even with big corporates, it happens here. People come and they go,
mm,
right? There's no guarantee that people will stay with you forever. There's no
true,
eternal bond of love with people.
true.
So every time you bring in new people, your job as an entrepreneur is to train these people in the right manner
Mm,
so that your business ultimately doesn't get affected of anyone coming in or moving out.
mm, mm,
The idea is that your business should not get affected. But the problem is business gets affected.
mm,
That's the irony of this matter, that the business gets affected. And how does this business gets affected? Because the entrepreneurs, they feel, yaar, abhi to ek ko train kiya tha, now this is also gone. The
mm,
person I trained has gone, left me, escaped,
mm.
right? Vanished away. Not picking up calls, not responding to these emails. Are Baba, that person might be getting somewhere 40K. You were only giving 25K.
Mm, mm, mm.
So who will leave that opportunity, right? So your systems, your processes in a business must be made in such a manner that when someone comes on board, you're sharing with them everything that's available,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like initial years, we used to work with a lot of freelancers in marketing and web development. Fortunately, now we have permanent people in place. But earlier, we used to literally work with freelancers, those student kinds of interns, those newbies who were just entering into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And with them, the issue that I faced, and many of the entrepreneurs, many of my even like, our colleagues or our industry people, they face is that, I train this person and they leave. And then what to do? Right? Uh, I am into one of my mentors group where I saw people struggling with their marketing teams, their agencies. So every second month they are hiring a new agency. But then the point is you are not giving that information to the new agency, na? You say I took calls. But then how those calls are going to help that agency guy? Did you give him something solid in document? Is my question. Not many people do this. So here, what we want you to do is when you're creating your customer avatars, don't create it just for yourself. Create it in such a manner that you are able to give it away to the people who are joining you.
Mm-hmm.
For example, your telecallers must know your customer avatars. Your agencies must know your customer avatars. The people who are handling your social media must know your customer avatars. The people who are handling your email marketing must know your customer avatar. So, right from sales to marketing to operations people who are creating stuff for you, they must know your customer avatars. Who is the customer persona जिनको हम सर्व कर रहे हैं, जिनके लिए हम सर्विस कर रहे हैं. So there came a stage in my life. I don't have that diagram currently. Somewhere I did keep it. I'll show it if I can someday. There came a stage in my life where I actually created a customer persona with, I actually defined it. Like, where, how that person looks,
Mm-hmm.
how is the hairstyle, what the person is wearing, what are the accessories, how does the watch looks. Because the only reason why we created that kind of persona, and I drew it, like fortunately I am good at drawing, so I drew it. But the only reason that we did that was the next time I give it to my team should get a visual representation of it. A visual representation of it कि हमारा customer कैसा दिखता है. Right? For example, you see Shark Tank India. There's so many entrepreneurs that are coming in. Some of the entrepreneurs you will see they are literally highly decked up as if, like, as if they are in competition with the sharks themselves. You'll see them, the way they come, the way they present, the way they speak, everything matters. And sometimes these images, no, they stay in your mind for a longer time. So there is nothing wrong in. So this is a kind of, you can say, a personality that a person carries. So for target audience also, it's important for us to understand how our audience behaves. How
Mm-hmm.
do they behave? What is their daily schedule? What they do? What they like? What they don't like? Right. So that is the reason why we'll be creating customer avatars. Okay. So right now we will be working only on one avatar, on one persona for any one of your customers. The rest of the three customers that I taught to you, the three segments, I want you to work it by yourself and then come back on it so that we can have a feedback on that.
Okay.
Okay,
Sakshi?
right? Because we will not be able to do all four right now. You will not be in that mind, what
Mm-hmm.
should I say, mind space to do that
Got
because
it.
the thought will happen. Right?
Got it.
Okay, so we'll do it for any one people. We'll be doing it for deadly customers.
Okay.
That
Sakshi,
I
just,
want to do with all of you, right? Because then ultimately what will happen is you will end up pitching deadly customers, which I don't want.
Sakshi, just,
Right? If you're not having a printout, don't worry. Um, you can even try. There's a tool called docfly.com which allows you to edit PDFs online. So even if you have not taken a print, no worries. I'll be sharing my screen so that we are on the same page. If you have taken a print, very good. I'm on the same website. Okay, just to show you how it works. Um, this is from where you can choose the text. Okay, on the, what should I say, upper toolbar. Okay, there you have a text option. Just go there, click there, and come down and click here. So this is the kind of document that we'll be creating for all the four different kinds of personas. The first thing that we'll be doing is you'll be writing your customer type here. So you can put in deadly customer. Okay, just keep on filling. When I'm saying no, please keep on filling, because then later you will not get what needs to be written. So please keep on filling that. Write down deadly customer. Here, where I have written customer one, you can put it as deadly customer. Okay, now archetypes. Archetype is basically what category of people are you talking about? Like for me, if I talk about, I serve business owners, what kind of business owners are deadly customers for me? So basically, student entrepreneurs are deadly customers for me, right? People who don't come in with an entrepreneurial experience, their age is very tender, they don't show that much of commitment, right? So working with these people is a very risky game for me. I don't know when they will leave me abandoned, forget about their business, right? So these kind of customers, so my archetype would be student entrepreneurs, right? Same way, try to understand what will be those category of your customers that you don't want to serve. Okay, if they come in by themselves, you take them with your terms and conditions. But what are the kind of customers that you don't want to focus on? That, I should not be marketing that I help student entrepreneurs create businesses. What could be their gender? Now, sometimes it happens that a particular product is designed for only females, only males. If it's both, write both male and female, right? If it's only female oriented, write female oriented. If it's male oriented, write male oriented, right? What is their normal income? Okay, so these kind of customers, what is the income range that they lie in? 0 to 20,000, 0 to 40,000, whatever you want to put. Just put that income range कि इस income range को हमको नहीं cater करना है. We don't have to cater these people. Why? Because they don't have ultimately money to spend on our programs. They are already struggling. Then the kind of education that these people have, right? For example, for me, sometimes my जो team है वो लेके आती है, ma'am, they have done their MBA, they are doing their MBA, they are very serious about their MBA, doing good, making projects and doing that stuff. But then again, it's a very risky game for me, because it's not just that um, I have to give results to him, but somewhere the obligation with the parents also plays the role there, right? Because the person is definitely coming in with parents' money, and the parents' belief that their child will be able to do very, very well in the next 2 years is something which is very, very, very risky game. Okay, so I don't play that game personally. I don't want them to give me some kind of money valuables and then say कि इतना हो जाना चाहिए था in 2 years, right? So I don't work with these kind of people. So what is the education that they come from? What is the educational background? What is the occupation that they currently are? So for me, these are students, so they don't have any occupation, right? For you, it could be something else. Okay, what could be these customers? जिनका occupation क्या हो सकता है? So you need to identify which industry do they belong to. Here you can write that also. Okay, like for example, for certain products and services, people don't want people from manufacturing industry. They don't want people from export industries, right? Why? They don't understand functioning of the export industry. So they say these customers for me are deadly customers. I don't want these people. Sometimes people feel कि ये particular location के लोग मेरे लिए अच्छे नहीं हैं. Okay, for example, if we see, we cater only to India. So if someone comes from outside India, and if they are freshers, they are students, like we have had a case where we had a Sri Lankan student approaching me, right? That time, I didn't felt like going forward with this guy. Okay, so there are certain locations. So it's not just location in terms of religion or any other things, but location in terms of your customer base. Sometimes at that particular location, you don't want to serve or you don't serve that location, right? So any kind of customer from these locations are not invited. Like, I am an Indian entrepreneur. I know Indian laws, rules, and everything. Sitting down with someone who is internationally at the international borders and helping them create a structure from scratch. Now, I don't know what legal rules they have for entrepreneurship there. Okay. So what happens is I normally drop these kind of locations.
Mhm.
Okay. So we normally say it should be in India, or at least their office should be in India. They might be doing some businesses internationally. Now, this is the personality slider on the right hand side.
Mhm.
Okay. You have to identify whether the person is introvert, extrovert, middle way. So, what you're going to do, you're going to take a, I can say a dot or something like that, like this,
Mhm.
right? And then let's say if we create it here. Okay. Right. So, I can say my person is little bit on an introvert side. Okay.
Okay.
Same way the person is creative or analytical, messy or organized, emotional or rational person, active or passive, okay, and plays safe or is ready to take risk.
Thanks.
Let's move to the next page. Now, this page is very important. Okay, reason being, this page is going to help you to design your service for these people, okay, or not for these people. For now, we are dealing with deadly customer, so we need to see what are the values that we go away with. Okay, what are the goals that are dangerous, right? What are the aspirations that are dangerous in your industry? What are the information sources from where these people get the information, so that we are not a part of those information sources, right? For example, I am very particular that if someone comes from those particular kind of a background, like there are some people in the market who are you can say falsely alleging people to buy the course, and then the deliverables are not given, or these kind of people, right? So when I see sometimes, especially if we are taking a one-on-one coaching client, we normally do a background check. Like, we see a lot of background because that's a high effort game for us. And when we take these kind of customers, we are like कि, at least let's find out कि ये किसकी values से resonate करता है. Okay, this person is resonating with what values, with what goals. Some artificial values, artificial goals sometimes don't align with your business. Okay, so you need to stay away from them. If it's a good customer, then you need to see what are the values, what are the goals, what are the aspirations that this good customer has, so that you can market your product or service for this good customer. You can align your services to these values, to these goals, right? For example, I value committed people, right? I love working with committed people. Even I have to give 2 steps extra, I'll give if the person is committed to me. That's my personality. We also look for these values in other people, right? For my loyal customers, or for my what should I say, for my occasional patrons, I want these people to be committed. I want to see that they are valuing commitment. If they are coming in, they are staying there, they are hustling, they're doing something, their goals are realistic. They're not coming with artificial goals, right? The aspirations are realistic. They want to achieve something in life which is realistic for them, which is practical, right? So we work with these people, the information sources that these people follow. किस तरीके की बुक्स पढ़ते हैं, किस तरीके का पॉडकास्ट देखते हैं, किस तरीके का ब्लॉग्स पढ़ते हैं, राइट? किस तरीके के मेंटर्स के साथ पहले रहे हैं, who are the other mentors that they have been with. So these are the informational sources that we see. The books, the blogs that normally people love, the what should I say, the podcast, right? The influencers that these people follow. So these are the informational sources that we see for our customers, right? Then we also take some fears. What are the fears that they have, right? Like my deadly customer has a fear, what if I fail? Okay, which is which is more from a parent's perspective. Like, fear in matured people is like, what if I fail? I have so many responsibilities. For my student entrepreneurs, the fear is, what if I fail? My parents will say something, the society will say something. So, the category of fears is different. So, you need to handle those fears as an entrepreneur. Your product and service should handle those fears. They should handle the needs of the person, the wants of the person. So, we are going to list down what are the different fears that these people have, what are the wants or needs that these people have, and what are the challenges that these people have. Right? Now, according to the fears, the needs, the challenges, the goals, the values, we have something called as opportunities. Now, these opportunities are our business opportunities. These are our business opportunities. कि इन लोगों के लिए, for these people, what opportunities can we create?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like for example, this ones. Just give me a moment. I'll open the PDF so that I can. Okay, this is my PDF, right? Can you see my PDF or are you seeing that screen?
No, Sakshi.
Yeah, okay.
Sakshi, I mean, I'm just starting out and it's getting very new for me to identify this. So, how could I write all these things about the customers'
Don't worry.
background?
Don't worry.
Okay.
The next two sheets that we have, no, the last two sheets that we had missed,
Mm,
right? Where we are perfecting your business model in that particular worksheet. When you will be filling those worksheets, no, you'll be creating the services that you want to give to people,
mm,
right? Okay, because for a business model, you need the services, right? Now, these services, to whom do you want to give? Okay, as you said, you have been working mostly with IT people.
mm.
You have an experience in IT. So your best of customers would be in IT field rather than going to manufacturing, export, product, and all those sides. So uh, you would love to be with people who are in service industry. Why? You have similar kind of experience, right? If someone of export comes in, it's their choice. If they feel your framework is very nice and they come to you and they talk to you, okay, I can do this for you, kind of. But you yourself don't want to go there,
Mm,
right? Why? Because service may service, I can understand why, because I myself have been in service industry. It's easy for me to put up a service.
mm.
Putting up a manufacturing plant, I don't know what challenges they feel there,
True, true.
right? So the things that you don't know for now, when you are starting up, the things that you don't know, the segments, the industries that you don't know, put it on the deadly side. Why? Because you don't have knowledge about that. So don't enter there. You will waste your time.
Mm,
As an entrepreneur, you will waste your time working for those people. Why? Again, same thing, the same cycle that I told you. Learning from scratch, learning from zero, gaining something, and then adding some value, which is not fruitful for future. It's not fruitful for future. So what we say, work with your knowledge and experience. Okay. Learn in the process, but don't learn it to do it. Learn it to get it done by someone. Only
mm,
that much. If you can figure out a process and automate that process for that particular industry, for that particular clientele, you are successful as a business.
mm.
Okay.
Okay,
So for
okay,
now, the industries that you don't have knowledge about are your deadly clients. As simple as that.
okay.
The industries that you have knowledge about, then you figure out your three categories. जिसका income ज़्यादा है, वो that can be your occasional patron. जिनका income नहीं है, they will become your building blocks because they are also struggling just like you,
Mm, mm,
right? So you need to understand who's your building block, who are the patrons. The patrons will be the people who will be ready to buy the corporate kind of a segment, the business kind of a segment with 5+ years of experience.
mm.
right? Your building blocks will be people who are having less than 5 years of experience, because with them you will have to sit, you will have to nurture, you will have to teach them, then they will convert and they will come up.
mm,
Okay, your loyal customers are not existing now,
mm,
but you will create a profile. But you will create a profile for them. Your loyal customers will be people who do corporate assignments with you, who do long term deals with you. 2 years, 3 years का deal straight away. Fixed.
mm.
बार बार सेल्स का झंझट ही नहीं. Every year fixed revenue is coming to your business. Those will be your loyal customers for now because you're starting. Right? So anyone who agrees to invest 12 months of their money in your services is in itself a loyal companion of yours. What more definition do you need?
Yeah,
If
right.
trusting you for 12 months with their
Correct.
money, their effort, and time, they are loyal companions.
Mm, mm,
And you have to be loyal to them then. Right? Why do we call them low effort? Because वो जो सेल्स वाला जो एक बार बार रीसेलिंग था ना, वो साइकिल कम हो गया. दैट इज वाई इट्स अ लो एफर्ट थिंग. But you will have to add value there. You will have to do your services in the best possible manner to continue those loyal customers.
mm, mm.
Right? Okay. You got that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So now we have opportunities, right? What will be the opportunities for which you will be creating the services? Now, these opportunities will help you to create the right kind of service. कैसे? जिसको हम बोलते हैं मार्केट गैप और मार्केट अपॉर्चुनिटी, राइट? वो यहाँ आता है. This the last table. These are actually your business opportunities for these kind of people that you can create.
Mm,
Okay, how you can create these people when they are looking for service in the market, similar kind of service that you are offering. When they are looking for it in the market, they might be having some objections. Okay, for example, with me, I'm a business coach. There are many other business coaches in the market, right? We know that a certain segment of people have certain objections, like the coaches sell tools to us. Okay, sometimes the objections are that the coaches sell high end courses to us once we go in their coaching program. Okay, and it never stops. That is the problem. The third problem objection is the high pricing of certain high category coaches, right? These are the objections for our customers. Same way, your customers could have some objections with the people who are currently in the market in your domain. You need to identify those objections. Why? Because your product or your service, when we talk about product designing in the next class, we will be talking about these opportunities and then designing your product or service. So that is why
mm,
this segment is very important and it needs to be filled. Because when you sit for product designing in the next class, the next Thursday, we are doing a product designing session where we'll design your services. We'll create a package, we'll create a plan, what needs to go on the website, what doesn't needs to go on the website. Everything will be discussed there,
okay.
right? So for that service package that you want to create, it's important to understand the opportunities.
Mm,
What is the price gap, the price barrier? Okay. What is the thought barrier, the thought process of people? Like with me, when people come in, I know the building blocks have thought barriers of mindset. They don't come in with the right mindset
mm, mm.
of running long term businesses. They come in with a mindset where they say, अगर मेरा महीने भर का खर्चा निकल रहा है, I'm happy.
Mm,
Right? My job there, when I provide solution for these kind of people, for my building blocks, I have created a group where I nurture them. And my job there is to change their mindset,
mm.
to change their risk taking capability in their business.
Okay.
Right? So I don't share strategies there. You must have seen. I
Mm,
only
mm,
talk about what happened.
mm,
I give them examples. I boost their morale. I do a lot of motivational things. I ask a lot of questions. So, why? I need to break their thought barriers. They are there only for one purpose,
mm, mm,
because they are in the struggling phase of their business and they have a lot of misconceptions
mm.
in terms of sales, in terms of pitching, in terms of collaborations. I'm only clearing their misconceptions there. I'm not giving them any solid strategies, right?
Okay.
So your product or your service has to cater to these opportunities that are available, right? Pricing barrier kya hai? Communication barrier. Now for groups, we know some people take pricing. We said it's free of cost. Pricing barrier टूट गया लोगों का. We knew the type of crowd that would come. We knew it. But we are ready to nurture them
Mm, mm,
till the time they are prepared to take the next step. Communication barriers. Many of the companies have this.
mm,
For your occasional customers, कि प्रोडक्ट ले लिया कोई कम्युनिकेशन नहीं आया, राइट? आफ्टर प्रोडक्ट फीडबैक के लिए कोई कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हुआ, देयर वाज नो कम्युनिकेशन फॉर फीडबैक, राइट? तो कम्युनिकेशन के बैरियर्स होते हैं. विद इन द टीम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स चल रहा है, कम्युनिकेशन बैरियर. You need to identify what are the kind of communication barriers that you can remove for a particular category of people. And if you can remove it through your product and service, you are successful. People will buy you for that. That will become your USP. So we are going to pick up your USP from the opportunities in the market. Okay, right? Your experience, how do you feel when they come, how they are treated as a customer. Okay, right? Are they treated as a king or they are treated as a gatekeeper? कि एक
mm,
बार buy कर लिया ना, अभी जाओ. Purpose
mm,
is fulfilled, right? Okay. I see a lot of coaches when they do bulk selling. I have been a victim to one of those.
mm,
So I did take up a podcasting course from one of a very good famous man. I'll not name him. Very good famous man. If you see his podcast really well, ye wo. He created a group. Okay. Once we purchased, he created a WhatsApp group. Slowly and slowly, we realized that there is no admin from their own team in the group. And they
mm,
made some participants the admin of the group. And there are new participants who are coming in. The ads are still live on Facebook.
mm.
There's no one to tell us what needs to be done. We used to have a doubts clearing session. We were promised a doubt clearing session, never happened. So when you create such kind of mess, there is communication barrier, there's a communication gap, and there is experience, bad experience. So
Mm.
any other company, any other person, if he comes to know about this, he will try to bridge that gap. He will
Correct.
see to it that never these kind of things happen in my community. Like I learned from there.
Mm, mm,
I said, this should never happen in my community. Ultimately, people made a plan. 15 people out of that group said, we are going to shoot emails. YouTube ke niche we are going to go and comment. And Instagram ke niche we are going to go and comment on the videos that he is posting.
mm, mm, mm.
People went and they commented below the sponsored ads.
Oh.
Huh?
Mm,
So people can take any, they can go anywhere. You
mm, mm,
need to understand that you should not do these mistakes. So those becomes opportunity for you. If people feel they are having a good experience, they do a lot of things, they learn with you.
mm,
They want to be with you. Right? So this is not my first time taking an individual class. I've taken
mm,
many individual classes. It does happens. Some of them sometimes they're not well. Now Akash is messaging, I'm not keeping well. I'm sorry I didn't text you. What can I do about it? I can't do anything about it. But that doesn't mean the people who are coming in, they're staying there. I should not give in my time to them. Right? Okay. So these are the things that you need to see. Quality, the time, the availability. Availability as in where the product or service is available. How frequently is it available? Right? Is there a gap between the availability? Okay, for example, some prestigious brands like Lamborghini and all that, Fast Track and everything, they have a special edition that they launch only once a year. And you have to pre-book these editions of their products, right? Just to create a scarcity in the market and increase their profit ratios. So they do this intentionally. Now, if suppose there comes another brand, कल को मान लो महिंद्रा ने ठान लिया, let me bring a luxury car in India, and I will not keep people waitlisted. Will people in India look for Lamborghini anymore? No, they'll be like, I'm getting same equivalent competent car in India from Indian markets. So that's an opportunity for people, wherein they know they are creating scarcity, but Indians have money. They will any which ways buy, right? Okay. So these kind of availability issues also needs to be checked. So what you're going to do right now, I'll stop sharing my screen here. What you're going to do right now here is very simple. Just sit silently for like half an hour, 1 hour or so. And first of all, see who are the people who are in various categories. Don't go into this PDF filling straight away.
Mm-hmm.
The graph that we made, right? Just take those four categories of your people, make a table, four columns, and deadly customer, this industry, this industry, this industry, this industry, this experience. लिखते जाओ, लिखते जाओ, लिखते जाओ, right? Whom do you feel as your building blocks? The people can be nurtured and made your customer in future. The prospects, write them down,
Mm-hmm.
right? For these, write them down. Just एक list में लिखना चालू करो. You said no, how I will do it. I'm telling you how to do it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Once you are ready with this table, go to this template and fill the template. Now you will be much more clearer in filling that template. Because every time you're filling, you will cross check. Who was this customer? अच्छा हाँ, इसका ये problem होगा.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get to know. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Don't worry about it. My own customer avatar is not perfect.
Okay.
It keeps on changing from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps on changing. Depends on the product and service that you are creating. So don't make it a पत्थर की लकीर कि यही रहेगा. ये नहीं रहेगा. 6 महीने बाद फिर change हो जाएगा. The only reason why we are teaching you this is once you create such templates, you are able to give it away to your teams. Suppose, for example, you are creating a new product, a new service segment. You have to design a customer avatar for that service segment so that you can give it to your team. So that you are clear with this product, whom are we targeting? Like for my
Okay.
personal coaching sessions, I tell my team straightforward, see to it that people have 5+ years of experience when you are targeting them. If they're coming to us, it's okay. But if you are intentionally targeting, they must have 5+ years of experience as a solo entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it is.
Okay.
Okay. Right? So you need to deliver it to your team so that your sales team knows to whom they are talking, what are their pain points. They can just keep these sheets in front of them every time they are making a call. Oh, you're from this industry. Ah, you must be facing these problems. No, how do you handle them? Just a conversation starter for a salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
Many salespeople ask these kind of questions. We'll be teaching you this in sales, how to tackle sales calls. Yeah, so that's for today's session.